Many people speak about the life of Job and say, has Job suffered, we must suffer. Job went through so much, we too must go through it all. But I want to tell you, Job did go through his testings and trials, but that was not the end of Job's story. And many people leave us with an incomplete story and tell us, you need to suffer. But that's not the full story. The full story is Job experienced the goodness of God in the land of the living. He experienced it here on earth. When you open to Job chapter 42, when we read from verse 10 onwards, it says, and the Lord restored the fortunes of Job. So maybe if you're going through a season of testings and trials, which we all go through, there's no doubt about it. But that doesn't mean it's going to end there. Job, it says in verse 10, and God restored the fortunes of Job. That means there are times your season will change. Your season of rejoicing, your season of restoration will come. Nothing is permanent. When you are connected to God, nothing is permanent. He will restore you. The second thing it says is verse 10, and the Lord restored the fortunes of Job when he had prayed for his friends. Now when you look into his friends' lives, those friends that came and tried to advise Job, they had everything negative about Job. They kept blaming Job for his problems. And Job in return could have been bitter with his friends. He could have been upset with his friends. But here we see Job prayed for his friends, prayed for them. But what I want to tell you is, don't get bitter. No matter how many people speak against you, no matter how many people blame you, no matter how many people complain, no matter how many people criticize you, don't get bitter with them. Because as Job was restored, you see, I believe if Job would have got bitter with his friends, if Job had got bitter with God, he would have not experienced his restoration. The same way, if you want to experience your season of change, you need not to get bitter with people around you. You need to start blessing them. You need to start praying for the good of them. The next thing in that scripture, it says, and when he had prayed for his friends, and the Lord gave Job twice as much as he had before. God added much more, double for the trouble. If you're going through a very hard time, I want to tell you, if you are connected to God, there's double coming your way. There's more than enough coming your way. Job lost it all, but at the end he gained more than what he lost. I want to tell you, if you are connected to God, there is more coming your way. All you need to do is keep pressing on. We see the next thing in that same chapter, Job chapter 42. Then came to him all his brothers and sisters, and all who had known him before, and ate bread with him in his house. You look at the previous chapters of Job, and we'll see that everybody had left him in his hard times. Everybody had left him. But now we see everybody coming back to him. I want to add another gem of advice. Don't judge your friends by your good days. No, you will know true friends is when you're passing through your fire. Those fire moments will reveal who your true friends are. But the beauty of it all is, Job, when God restored Job, he did not just restore him financially. He did not just restore him with his wealth. He also restored him with people around. I want to tell you, the secret for Job's restoration, in all of Job's testing and trials, he spoke right of God. He did not get bitter with God. He was not angry with God. He did not speak the way his friends spoke. That means Job lived a life that was right with God. Today I want to tell you, there's double for the trouble that you're going through. I want to tell you, God is a God of restoration, that no matter how many things you go through, God will restore you. Only thing is, don't get bitter with people around you, and don't get bitter with God. Use your tongue wisely when you get upset. The biggest mistake we make is misusing our tongue. And Job did not do it. Though the enemy tried to make him misuse his tongue, Job did not do it. And we see him receiving double for his trouble.